think PlayStation is in a little trouble. They might not be. I'm not knocking PlayStation. I've been playing PS4 games, yeah, but on my PS5 nonstop. I'm loving Days Gone for the first time. I'm trying to finish Last of Us 2. I love that game. I'm not bashing these amazing games these people make or their great hardware. Maybe it's a PR problem. Maybe it's a Jim Ryan, Herman Hulse problem. Maybe there's no problem at all, but there's just every week lately, you know? So today, PlayStation Plus Video Pass wasn't announced. It was kind of accidentally leaked on the, I guess it was their Polish website, and they've since removed it. But the gist of it, very briefly, is that it looks like there's going to be a trial period for a year starting on the 22nd of this month, which is tomorrow, running for a full year. And if you have PS Plus, you will have access to PS Plus Video Pass. Now, what that looks like is Sony's version of HBO Max, Netflix, Paramount Plus, what have you. You know, they've got some of their movies that you can see right here. All of them absolutely C-tier franchises. Venom, who knows? We'll see what happens. But certainly Bloodshot and Zombieland. Nothing wrong with those. There's some really good movies, but they're not zeitgeisty. It's not like, you know, going to HBO Max and it's like, holy cow, you've got Kong versus Godzilla, you've got Joker, you've got Matrix, you've got the DC universe. You know, that's not... Sony Pictures has struggled since I worked at Sony back in the day to really build franchises that connect. They have Spider-Man, but that's sort of through Marvel, which is a great franchise. But other than that, they're kind of, this is not that exciting of a proposition. Okay. Well, I can hear you saying out there, I have really good hearing, Jaffe. Yeah, but this was a leak. They didn't announce this. Well, this was going to get announced tomorrow. Okay. And let's just say it was only going to be a trial balloon in Poland. Right? And then we're just going to see if people were using it. I mean, that's absolutely fair, okay? But this leaked today. This news was going to go out tomorrow. Here's the reason I think Sony's potentially in a little bit of a PR trouble right now, is they knew this news would go worldwide, even if this is just Poland for a year. And they're like, guys, no, the story is... we're just seeing if people like this. This has nothing to do with what's happening in America or Europe or you know, the rest of Europe. Even so, it's news that really it's a continuing pattern of them not reading the room of the core gamers. And again, I can only say so many times, maybe they don't think the core gamer is valuable. Right? Maybe in terms of like, they think the core gamer is going to stick around and be loyal and they don't really have to worry about that. Maybe they're right. But how long is that, you know, before they come out and sort of say something? I understand that they reversed their store position, which is great for people who cared about that. That's wonderful. But I don't know. It's like, I think a lot of people want Sony to respond or to follow up on Jim Ryan's comment from the summer, which is, we're not ready to talk about our Game Pass competitor, but it's coming. Or he didn't say it that way. The gist of it, though, is we have news to share, not today. And I don't even think this is necessarily the news they wanted to share, but the fact that it's out there and it was going to come out there officially tomorrow, and they're still not talking about Game Pass for Sony or what they're going to do, or even, you know, better yet, if they're like, we don't have to do anything. We're Sony. We make the best first party games on the planet. We don't respond to things that aren't threats. The only threat is we don't have enough time in the day to continue to be awesome, right? I mean, something so that the fans of PlayStation feel like their purchase over the holidays or their gifts over the holidays and continuing to be purchased PS5s are in good hands. but they just don't say anything. The worst case is if they think this with backwards compatibility, emulation of PS3, PS Vita, whatnot, that's the way they're going to compete with Game Pass. That is so tone deaf. If they assume that if they don't start adding games day one, whether they're third party, whether they are new, less expensive games they're making specifically for this service, or whether some of them are big games. I mean, the fact that Returnal is coming out and it's not on their day one, it just feels archaic now. I understand that God of War Ragnarok doesn't feel like it would be there on day one. Returnal, though, at least what they've shown, and again, this goes back to PR. If what they've shown is not indicative of what it is, and I love Housemarque, it looks fantastic, but it doesn't look like a $70 game. It looks like something that, you know, you could build a franchise around that people will love, hopefully. But it doesn't, it looks like a game that you could have made for enough money that would still be incredibly satisfying, but could be built to launch on a service like Game Pass day one. Maybe they're going to surprise us and do that. Who knows? I don't know. That would be great. Can you imagine if we all wake up on the 30th of April? I can't imagine because people are doing pre-orders. And it's like, oh, yeah, sorry, Returnal, that's day one PS Now. Can you imagine? I just think, and maybe I'm wrong, and I usually don't say let me know in the comments because I hate when people say that because they don't really care. I do read the comments and I comment. In this case, I genuinely would love to know in the comments or on Twitter. Just find me somewhere. Am I, you know, you can certainly read my response as an overreaction, and I'm sure there's a bit of that, but it just seems like the hits keep on coming. You know, it's MLB or the reviews now of MLB, or it is this, or it is Game Pass continuing to look better and better and better, or it was the shutting of the Sony store. Granted, they reversed that, but it just seems like they're out of step. And my question to you is, are they out of step with the gamer, or is this just Chicken Little, the sky is falling, but Jaffe, it's not? But I just saw this morning when I got up, and I was just like, this seems so out of tune. Again, I know this might just be a trial balloon in Poland. They, you know, people try things, companies try things. Doesn't mean this represents their moving forward plan. But in that case, wouldn't PR go, we need to get out in front of this to let people know what this is? That it's like, we hear you, that the competition has some great value in their services, and we are not going to let that go ignored. We are going to combat that or deal with that or serve you as a customer related to that product type, which is service-based, subscription service, whatever it ends up being, with the same passion and talent and drive that we respond and give you everything, which is our great first-party games. We're just not ready to talk about it yet. Just say something. Right? Because when you put this out, this feels like PS3 era. I'm not saying it is, but again, you let people talk, you leave a vacuum, people talk. How long are they going to talk until the talk starts to translate into walking into a GameStop and saying, I'll take the Xbox Series S because I know what that is. They're talking a lot. And every time they open their goddamn mouths to speak, something good comes out. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I'm high. God damn it, it lasts too long. They need to invent something to pull the high out. I don't mind it, but I got to work. Anyway, I hope you're well. Bye.